what about the argument that some people are just naturally happy and some people are just naturally miserable? Well, the evidence is that there is a genetic component. Some people say as much as 50% of your happiness in life is genetically set, and you can't do anything about that 50%. But the other 50% you can do a lot about. You can totally influence. So you absolutely can control how happy you are. And that's what we're going to look at in this course. So we all get dealt a certain amount of good and bad cards. And some people are dealt more good cards in life. Perhaps they're born into a well-off family, or perhaps they're born healthy or good looking or whatever. And other people are dealt bad cards of various sizes. And we all have a certain number of good and bad cards. But the key really is how you react to them. How do you use them? So were you given some good cards that you never used? You just didn't take those opportunities? Or were you given some bad cards that you really let those bad cards knock you sideways, and you just brooded on them and you dwelt on them and you used them as an excuse to then not do other things? And we all know people like that. So how you deal with the good and bad cards has a huge effect. And therefore, I think luck mostly averages out for us. But even if it doesn't average out, there's still a question of how do you deal with it. Most successful people will tell you that they had some bad luck, and that spurred them into fighting back against it. Now, there is an argument that you need to have some sadness so that you can be happy. And I agree with this, but only to a very limited extent. For example, to understand good food, you've probably got to have tasted food that is not very good. But you don't have to have 50-50 good and bad food in order to enjoy the good. You've only got to have the bad food once, and then you can enjoy the good food for the whole rest of your life. Similarly, music. It would be totally wrong to say you have to listen to 50% bad music in order to enjoy the good music. You've only got to have heard bad music once to then be able to appreciate good music forever. So I don't agree with people who say it's impossible to be happy because you have to have the sadness to compare it with. Yes, sadness once, but then you can be happy the whole rest of your life. So I'll give you a couple of quick examples of how you can actually increase your happiness. And one is that 2 minutes of gratitude every day can make you happier. Just focusing on the things that you can be grateful for, things that you're lucky about, and focus on those. And just spend 2 minutes reviewing every day what was good. That will increase your happiness. It's been scientifically tested. It's definitely true. And that's something you can easily do. It doesn't cost you any money, and it only takes 2 minutes of your time. And then at the beginning of your day, how you start your day has an effect on how you feel. So you can either crawl out of bed going, oh, I hate getting up. Oh, why do I always feel so bad in the mornings? Or you can leap out of bed saying, I feel great. Let's start another day, which is pretty annoying, but it does work. So what you say to yourself as soon as you wake up, the first message you send to your brain affects how you feel for the beginning of the day and quite possibly all of your day. Now, we'll explore all this stuff in more detail on the course, but you can see how just small behaviours can influence your happiness. So you absolutely can make a difference to how happy you feel.